The call came on a Tuesday afternoon while I was reviewing quarterly reports. "Claire," Emily said, her voice unusually careful. "I need to tell you something before you hear it from someone else. There's a tone people use when they're about to hurt you but want credit for honesty." She didn't circle it long. "Daniel doesn't want you at the wedding. He thinks you're pathetic." The word didn't land like an insult. It landed like confirmation. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I asked, "Do you agree with him?" A pause. Then, "He just doesn't think you fit the vibe. The vineyard venue in Napa. The curated guest list. The 40,000 catering contract. The wedding I'd helped quietly stabilize when their deposits ran short." "I understand," I said, and I meant it. Emily had always been the sun in every room. I was the practical orbit, organizing, paying deposits, reading contracts, making sure lights stayed on. When she and Daniel couldn't qualify for the mortgage 3 years ago, I co-signed. When interest rates shifted, I refinanced through my credit profile. We structured it legally, my attorney insisted, but it was family, I trusted her. The honeymoon to Santorini had been charged to my card for points optimization. Her words, "I never thought those details would matter." But humiliation rearranges perspective. The wedding photos went up that Saturday. White roses arching over vineyard rows, string quartet, champagne tower. Emily radiant. Daniel confident. No one asked publicly why I wasn't there. Absence, if handled quietly, becomes a rumor people are too polite to chase. On Monday morning, I booked an appointment with my attorney, Mark Caldwell, in his downtown San Francisco office. He didn't dramatize. He pulled the file. "Your majority title holder," he said plainly. "You can initiate sale proceedings. You're within your RAST. Paid." I did. "Then you can cancel. Refund goes to the original card." It wasn't revenge, it was clarity. I had mistaken access for affection. I didn't act immediately. I waited a week, long enough for them to return from the wedding high. Long enough for the pictures to settle into memory. Then I called the travel agency. "Yes," I said evenly. "I need to cancel booking reference 7A4421. Full refund to original payment method." No raised voice. No explanation. The refund confirmation arrived within 48 hours. Next, the house. Mark filed the paperwork. A registered letter was delivered to Emily and Daniel informing them that the property would be listed for sale under co-owner authority. She called that evening. "You can't be serious." "I am. Claire. This is our home. It's also my investment. You're doing this because of the wedding." I let the silence sit. "No," I said finally. "I'm doing this because I've been subsidizing a life where I'm considered pathetic." She shifted tactics. Daniel was stressed. "He didn't mean it like that." "He meant it exactly like that." Her voice cracked, not with remorse, but with inconvenience. "You're ruining everything." "I'm correcting it." The listing went live 2 weeks later. A clean, professional description, updated kitchen. Close to good schools. Market value reflected the current Bay Area surge. Showings were scheduled. Realtors walked through with polite commentary while Emily packed boxes in tight, angry motions. Family members called me privately. Some said I was cold. Others said they'd always wondered why I paid so much. I didn't defend myself. I had spent years explaining my value to someone who benefited from it. I was tired. The sale closed in 42 days. We split proceeds exactly according to contract after mortgage payoff and fees. No penalties, no manipulation. Daniel never called me. Not once. I suspect the financial recalibration shifted something in their marriage. Weddings are expensive performances. Mortgages are long-term truths. I blocked Emily's number the night the funds cleared, not dramatically. Just quietly. A week later, I walked through the empty house one last time before handing keys to the new owners. The walls were bare where wedding photos had briefly hung. The kitchen island where we once drank cheap wine and dreamed about forever homes looked smaller without furniture. I expected satisfaction. What I felt was steadiness. There's a difference between revenge and boundary. Revenge seeks pain. Boundary accepts consequence. If I were pathetic, then my money, my credit, my quiet reliability had no place in her life. So I removed them. Months have passed. I hear updates indirectly. They're renting now. Scaling back. Adjusting. I don't celebrate that. I don't resent it either. What I lost wasn't access to a wedding. It was the illusion that loyalty guarantees respect. What I gained was harder to measure but easier to live with. No one clapped when I stepped away. No dramatic apology arrived, just a quieter life. Sometimes dignity feels less like triumph and more like subtraction. And sometimes subtraction is the only way to see what remains.